go. We should be good to go. Let me give it a little bit, pull up everything. Give it a few, allow people to get in here real quick. Make sure I'm good to go. Fire, I'm live. Let's do it. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to another live. See, the market is open, and that matters right now because if your goal is to pass your combines, build with consistency, and stop starting over every single week and every single day, this is where that actually gets fixed in real time where the market is moving. I'm Roderick, head trader of MTF, that's Max Trading Family, where I help traders pass their combine, trade calmer, and stay consistent once they're funded. Not by taking more trades, but by taking trades with structure. Today, I will be trading live on my practice account for testing the same process I've used to pass my combines, using just a handful of high-quality decisions. That's the most important part. Over the next 45 to 60 minutes, you'll see exactly how I read price, plan risk before I enter and manage trades without rushing, guessing, or over-trading. That's where you guys be getting messed up. This isn't about calling tops or bottoms, not at all. It's about me showing you what disciplined trading actually looks like when money and emotions are involved. So here's what I want you to do right now. Slow down, breathe, and watch how patience shows up in real time on these charts. You don't need more trades, remember that. You just need one clean decision at a time. One good trade at a time. Hello everybody, I see everybody hopping in. Hello. If you want to trade live with me, ask questions, and have real structure and accountability around your trading, the community link is pinned, our first link in the description, and that's where the real growth happens. So stay with me until the end, and I'll explain who the community is for and who it's not for. Quick little disclaimer, nothing here is financial advice. I'm simply just sharing my personal process. You're responsible for your own risk, decisions, and everything there. Welcome in. Let me go ahead and drop the poll today. Tuesday. See, let me get the poll set up here. Let me know how your trading way was. How was your made money? See, lost money. Okay, my typing's a little off here. Break even, and we got those who didn't trade. Poll's live. Go ahead and let me know how you did today. All right, let's see. Today is Tuesday. Let me go. That emoji is devious. Let me go ahead and go over the trade I took this morning. What's today? I don't know why I keep forgetting the days. So I ended up trading my combine today. That's what I'm on here. See how much it shows. As you see, I'm 100. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I keep getting very, very, very close to hitting the profit target, but becoming just shy. Last week I was $4 off. Today I'm $100 off. I'm gonna be patient. Come back tomorrow and do what I do. Nice, congrats. Nice. Is that the 150K account? I knew it would happen, just a matter of time. One good trade at a time. See what the market's presenting at the moment. Oof, almost took the trade on my. But yeah, this is my combine. I'll show this before I hop in a trade. Currently trading this at the moment. Taking 2 trades on it. Again, $100 away from actually hitting my profit target. Oh, it's not even showing. Yeah. But enough of that. And then I also got my funded account here. Haven't traded that yet. Waiting to trade that here on January 5th. And of course we got the practice account. We've been doing pretty good on. Pretty good. Let me get all set up here. Again, as you come in, let me know how you guys trading day went. We got one who hopped in the pool, said they lost money. That's all right. There's more days in there. I guess not this year, but next year. More opportunities around the corner. Still getting set up. Nothing in the market. Let me go ahead and go over the trade I took this morning. It was a nice sell on the 1 minute. Oh, that's another trade. I took one on the 5 minute, but we'll say that's exclusive for the community there. But I will go over this one. So if you're new to the lives, I'll go over my strategy. I call it Gold Flow 13 or GF13. Simple because I trade gold, the flow of the market, taking the 13 EMA. 3 simple steps. Price either creates a new lower low or higher high. So when we shot down, broke these lows at first. Boom. Broke these lows. Price proceeded to break these lows again. There. And then that's step 1. So step 1 is either new lower low or higher high. Step 2 is a pullback to the 13 EMA, which is my white line here. It's my 13 exponential moving average. The average of the last 13 candles. Price came back, tapped that. Wick rejection. So that's step 2. A pullback to the 13 EMA and a wick rejection off the 13 EMA. And then step 3, I enter at break of candle, and then I put my stop loss above the wick. So price created a new lower low, pulled it back to the 13 EMA, wick rejection off of it, and then in real time, I didn't wait for the candle to close. As soon as we came up, wick rejection off, started to see it play out, entered that break of candle, stop loss above this wick. Went for a 5-point move with 3 gold contracts. And then that's how I was able to hit my, see, I can show you. It's better that I show you than tell you. Hit my take profit for, what I hit for today. For, how would it move? For 15.20. So these are the 2 trades I took. Monday I hit for 13. It was really, my take profit was what, 1,500, but because of the fees and how price cooked my TP, since it was so fast and I traded with a higher risk, it kind of didn't get me on at 1,500. But that's all right. Today I was able to make up for that. And tomorrow, if I see the opportunity tomorrow, I will take it and be funded once again. Should be pretty nice. So you made money today as well, and nice. So we got 2 votes. Guessing Life Changing, you're one of them. Congrats on the new combine or new funded account there. That's awesome, especially because it's a 150K account. Take your time. Got nice drawdown. A lot of stuff to play around with. Sweet. See, I like the price action we got so far, creating new higher highs and lower lows. We'll see if we can get something to crack here for us. And I can't forget the daily trading devotion here. Got it pulled up. All right, we got Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And again, that's Luke 16:10. To tie this back into trading, every trader wants the big account, the big payout, the big month. But most can't even stay disciplined on a small position. You prove readiness for more by how you handle less. Small risks, small wins, small losses, and boring days. See, God doesn't bless recklessness. He rewards stewardship. If you can't follow rules on micro, you won't follow them on a funded account. See, master the small trades and the bigger ones will come. And then, see, short little prayer. Lord, help me be faithful with we'll start that over. Lord, help me be faithful with what's in front of me today. Teach me to respect risk, honor discipline, and treat every trade with responsibility. Prepare me for more by shaping how I handle less. Amen. Now, if you're joining, been on a little bit. Welcome. Here's what's happening right now. We're just going through the market a little bit. I went over this morning's trade. We're moving nicely on the combine there. Should be funded hopefully by the end of this week. If not tomorrow, then. I can't even trade. Just like last week, I wanted to get funded on Christmas, but the market was closed. I like to get traded or funded on New Year's, but the market would be closed. So I can't even do that. But yeah, I just went over my trade I took this morning. And right now, I'll just highlight the principles that actually matter when you trade with, on these accounts. Patience, risk, and discipline. Tonight, I'm not just looking at the charts for the sake of, just looking at the charts. I'm seeing how structure shows up in real time, how to make one clean decision at a time, and how to avoid mistakes most traders make over and over. And that matters at this moment, especially going into the new year. And then again, hello, Bree 7777. But quick little announcement as we head into the new year. I'm only taking 25 new members for the month of January into Max Trading Family. I gotta keep it tight because to keep the group small and hands on. I want to be able to actually answer people's questions, be hands on, and help everybody succeed. So if I let it get too big, again, I can't support the people inside, and that defeats the whole purpose of building real structure. So the less people, the more we can hit our goals there. And then a reminder: this isn't really scarcity hype; it's about results. And results is what we go for at the end of the day. The people who get funded fast aren't just lucky; they have guidance, accountability, and repetition every day. So if you like that, go ahead and join us. I'd say Monday. Take your time this week. This week's kind of a slow week, so Monday, join us in the community. If you're serious about wanting to finally pass your combines, get consistent with it, stopping the multiple resets and trading with confidence, now is the moment to take that next step. If you're not ready, that's fine. Just absorb the lessons tonight, but understand waiting makes it harder next month, not easier. So if you're interested in that, that is available. See what the market is. I like how the market's shooting up. However, I'm waiting for a clean opportunity to hop in. Hopefully with a nice clean pullback. Well, I was looking at the 5-minute over to my left-hand side. Nothing quite interesting there either. Kind of a slow, not necessarily slow, because we're pushing up, which is very nicely actually, but for me personally, I'm not seeing a lot of opportunity. I like clean. Goes back to having patience and waiting for your setup. I don't know why I said it like that. For your setup. Life-changing vibe. She understands it. As a new funded trader. Congrats. Which leads me into tonight. I want to talk about hesitation. More, not really FOMO, but the other one people are scared to admit. Now imagine this: you're watching price come right to your level, or about to break out. Clean textbook, whatever your rules are. The exact setup you said you take every single time, and then you freeze, mouse in hand, and heart beating, and your brain starts negotiating like a hostage situation. But that's not what trading is. And then boom, price leaves without you. Perfect entry and gone. You missed your opportunity. See, most traders do the same stuff. They hesitate and immediately flip to chasing. They miss the entry, feel stupid, jumping late, and stops get clipped quickly. I've done it multiple times. And yeah, it feels worse than taking the loss. I'd rather take the loss than hop in something stupid. Because now you're just not just down money. You just took a hit to your confidence. So let me say this really clear to you guys. This is not a strategy problem. You don't need another setup. You don't need a new indicator. You don't need Twitter to confirm your bias. You need structure. Always need structure. Because hesitation comes from uncertainty. Uncertainty comes from not fully trusting your rules. Yeah, not same. And that usually means you don't really have rules you respect. And the cost, you stay stuck. Stagnant. Stuck filling Topstep combines with a few dumb mistakes. Stuck getting funded once and then blowing it that next day. Stuck knowing you could be better but not proving it. And that shit eats at you quietly. And this is why structure and guidance matter. So keep that in mind as you proceed throughout the rest of the week. If hesitation is eating away at you, get some structure, and then get some structure in your trading. That's all it really is at the end of the day. See, I might just hop in. Okay, maybe not. See, that's not structure right there. I was about to say I was about to hop in something for the sake of it. That's not structure. About to go back on my own words there. But no, I must practice what I preach. Always. I'm gonna wait for a clean pullback. Something that's actually my setup, not just a random pullback. Right now, I'm just looking at gold on the 1 minute. See if I can get something to tap my EMA. Again, that's my 13 EMA. Let's get a buy opportunity. See what it let us in. Let us in these buys. Now let's see. Let's wait for a pullback. Looking for something. So if you're if you're just tuning in, new to my, I'm gonna keep saying structure. New to my strategy. Gold flow 13, GF 13. Because I trade gold, the flow of the market using the 13 EMA. 3 simple steps. Step 1, a new higher high or lower low is created. As you see, price is shooting up right now, creating higher highs. What we got? Let's see, we got a new higher high here. Broke this high. Broke this high. We got a new high that was created. Also broke this high. So clearly, I need a new higher high or lower low. That helps me choose my trend direction. So that's step 1, new higher high or lower low or determine trend. Step 2, a pullback to the 13 EMA and a wick rejection off the 13 EMA. So I want price to tap my white line here and then reject off of it. Those are going to be my clean entry areas, low risk entry areas. And then once that happens, after that, step 3, I enter at break of candle. So it could be the same candle, or after that candle closes, if it did not break the previous candle, I wait for that candle to close, and at break of candle, I enter, and then your stop loss goes above or below the wick. If I'm in buys, it goes below the wick. If I'm in sells, it goes above the wick. And that is my strategy. Gold flow 13. So right now, prices we have a clean step 1. We have a new higher high. Waiting for step 2, a clean pullback to the 13 EMA. And if a candle were to disrespect, I call it disrespect the EMA, close below or close above, then it's not clean. So like something like this is not clean. Even though we got a new higher high, pull back to the 13 EMA, we don't have a wick rejection off the 13 EMA. We closed below it and then we pushed up. I'm very strict on my rules, so I would have sat out on that. Even if it plays out, I'm not father time. I don't know if you're read future, so I wouldn't have not known. Even if you're just stopping through, let me know how you're trading. So we got 38% who said they made money. Nice. 25% said they lost. And smooth 38% saying they didn't trade. Smooth. Tonight's gonna be probably a quick night. I've only been on. I've only been on about 20 minutes. See if I can get a trade. I'll be patient and see if I can get a trade. Again, going back to practicing what I preach. So if I can get some patience here. I would pass my combine tonight because I only need $100. One clean. Either lower my risk, maybe like 5 micros, and then go for like a 2-point move, or go to like a medium, more of a higher risk, one gold contract and go for a 1-point move. Again, I only need 100. But that wouldn't be fair to the VIP who I work with every morning, every market open, to pass our combines together. So I'm going to wait for a clean setup to see if we can all get a clean setup tomorrow. As far as just trading, though, I can hop in this. My stop loss. Why is it so wide out? 78. I'm gonna go for a 101. 101 would be 83.8. Okay. So 83.8. I'll close that one position and leave a runner if I get the opportunity. Let me fix this. I don't like how. Why is it so wide out? No. Nope. Trying to center this up here. Okay, let's move. I can work with this. Again, going for a 1-1 to scale out of one position, and after that, I'll leave a runner with the trailing stop if opportunity is given. This is about a what? 3.5? 3.5 move? 4? Just over 4. I can really clean up my stop loss. Run it directly under this wick. 76.2. Gotta clean up where I get out. 3.7 move. Cool. That puts my new 83.6 is where I'd get out. Again, looking at the scale, I'm in at 2 micros, looking to scale out at the 1-1 and then leave a runner with the trailing stop. Looking at the 5 minute. Again, I'm trading the 1 minute here. Looking at the 5 minute, we look clean. We look bullish. We look nice. We look clean. But we've been going up. We've been going up for quite a while. At this point, it kind of feels like I'm buying high. So we'll see if we can get some continuation. And compared to what, Monday? Because what's it, Tuesday? Was it either Monday or Friday? I think it was Monday. I think it was no, yesterday. Well, that'd be yesterday. I think it was yesterday where the market just melted. Yeah. Because today's okay. Yeah, so yeah, Monday or 2 days ago, 1 day ago, the market melted. I wonder if this is, are we filling gaps to the left? Is that what this is? Maybe for some continuation to the downside tomorrow during market open, which would be kind of nice. Something clean, something momentous. Pushing my 1-1. Again, at the 1-1, I'm in at 2 micros. If I hit the 1-1, I'll get out, scale out of 1, and leave a runner. So life changing. When are you gonna start trading your funded account? Are you waiting to maybe add some allocation, or are you gonna hop right into it? Come on, I'm almost there. Look at my trailing stop prepared. 1. We'll do 15 tick trailing stop. He said I'm gonna buy to be sell, but I gotta wait for the 1-1 hit. Unless we just want to get cooked here. Although we did come back, create a little pullback, I wouldn't be opposed to scaling in, leaving the 1-1. Get out at my original 2, and then proceed from there. I'll just continue to sit on hands. Let me start the music up so it's not so quiet for everybody. We're starting to slow down. We're so close. So close. Now, if I was trading the combine, again, I don't trade really slow markets. Been thinking about using the rest of this week to figure out if I want to trade a combine during this time. Usually I trade market open. If I don't trade a market open for trading my combines, I'm usually in about 3 gold contracts for a 5-point move equals 1,500 on a 50K combine. 2 days like that, go 2 for 2. Then I'm able to pass my combine. And before people say that's outlandish, I've done it. It's kind of a skill at this point. A learned skill. That's what I help people do inside the community as well. All built around structure. Structure around your setup, or if you need a new setup or strategy, we can help you do that as well. But for the main part, it's come as you are, then we'll build around it. But for the most part, it's all about having structure. Simplifying things. Because trading is easy once this happens. If this happens, do this type of thing. And then depending on your risk tolerance, also can adjust to that. Now I got my trailing stop. That's kind of tight. I'm gonna adjust this. I'm adjust this to a 20 tick trailing stop. Got a 20 tick trailing stop here. Woohoo! Nice little push. Come on, can we keep going? Oh, nice. Can we keep shooting up? That'd be fire. Come on, a little bit more. What was my 1-to-1? I think I'm at least getting out. I'm not sure. 1-to-1 was 78. Okay, so I got out shy of if I would have got out both positions. I'll take it. Again, I'm a big fan of the trailing stops. Getting out one and leaving a runner. I'll take that every time. That's fire. Nice little trade. Again, if I'm on a combine, built around structure of how I pass my combines. I'm on actual gold instead of micro gold. 3 to 5 contracts, depending on risk tolerance. Sometimes 2. Going for about a 3 to 5 point move. Again, if I'm with 3 contracts, it's a 5-point move equals 1,500. Do that 2 days in a row, and you're a funded trader on a 50K combine. Same on the take profit trader. I traded take profit trader before. 25K account. Same kind of ordeal there. But if you do trade take profit, I have a video on that. I'm gonna break it down tonight. Just check out my videos on my page of how I'm able to pass those in 2 days, taking 2 trades, and then just chill out. Alpha gold, something like that. Gold's been believe it or not, I think the last 2 years, this year and last year, around this time of December. Oh, you're on Alpha. No, I'm on Topstep. I'm on Topstep. Is that what you mean? Like what trading platform I'm on? Trading micro gold. I forgot what I was about to say. The last 2 years I've been meaning to take off December. Usually I like to take off December. But I'm gonna be honest. Last year and this year, December have been my best month. See if we get another buy opportunity. They've been pretty fire. The only hard thing about that is I do like to take a little mental break throughout the year, so I gotta figure out what month. Maybe I'll look at my past years. Over this weekend when I start getting ready for next year, look at my past years, see which month's not recordly my best one, and then I'll proceed to take that off. Now this is very similar to how my strategy. Nice new higher high. Pull back to the 13 EMA. See if it holds and wick rejection. Meaning we wick reject and close above that EMA, which we did not do. EMA is disrespected. Will not look for a trade. So I would just continue to sit on my hands and relax. And again, I'm on the 1 minute trade in micro gold. But looking at the 5 minute, I think we're gonna pull back maybe to where I have my line here. Maybe a little below. Either this area. Let's see it pulling around. Coming to around this area here. About 70, 75. Retesting the 75s and pushing back up. I don't think we'll just sell off. That doesn't even sound right. And or would look right. Speaking of alpha, I'm just dropping some alpha games. So if you're interested in passing your combines fast and building the structure around it, if you're just tuning in, you might just have to check out the link in the description. But if you've been here for a little bit, listening to the whole live, or just rewind the live, I feel like I dropped a lot of game tonight. Enough where you can implement it on a fresh combine and hopefully get funded fairly quickly. 2 to 3 trades, 2 to 3 days type of thing. Again, it's just structure and math. But again, if you like more information, more hands-on, check out the first link in the description. Join the community. We'll get you a plan. Except the traders also, because I mean, who would think they need an actual plan? But when was the last time you sat down, planned how you're gonna trade, and then had structure around it? Speaking of, I'll drop a little, I guess, a testimony for somebody else, or I'll talk about somebody in my community. Guy in my community. Go ahead, shoot the question. But real quick, I'll tell this story as I look for your question. I have this guy in my community who we've been trading a little bit, working on some things, working on getting him a past combine. And last Friday didn't have the greatest of days. I think we was down, say 1,000. And I told him as soon as at the end of the day, end of the trading day, before we got off, we game planned what we're going to do this week and next week. He was down 1,000. He was already up 400 or 500 or 400 max in the account. Down 1,000. A little more like 700 or 300. Something, my math might be a little wrong. 300 to like blowing the whole combine. So the game plan was, okay, boom, Monday we're going to lower risk, get 500. Tuesday, if we hit that, we're going to come again Tuesday, hit 500, get you back to break even of where you were. First things first, make a chunk out of that losses. Monday, did what we said what we were going to do, hit the trade. Today, Tuesday, did what we said we were going to do, hit the trade. So now that he's back break even, he's 400 in profit or just shy, either high 300 or 400. It's in that community. Now then we, as soon as that happened, we game plan from there. Again, with structure, risk, tolerance, and everything else, he's 300 in profit. Now subtract that by, on the 50K combine, subtract that by 300 or 3,000. 300 minus 3,000. And then we divided that by 2. And now his new goal, since he's back to where he was and knowing his risk tolerance, his new goal is now 1350. But with having a game plan, we're able to build that up, build structure around it, and I'll see him being funded. See, it's going to be tomorrow we're going to take our time because New Year's trading. Hopefully Friday we get some better price action. If not tomorrow, if something presents itself, we'll take it. But most definitely by sometime next week. See a new funded trader in the group, which we fire. I just watched a video on blowing your account. I'm not currently in that position, but I'm wondering what's the repercussions to blowing an account. I know you got to redo the combine, but there's nothing you ever have to pay back. No, so the process is you start out with a combine, pass the combine, get a funded account. If you blow the funded account, it's so as soon as you all right. Let me start that. You start out with a combine. You pay monthly, like type of thing, with a reoccurring every month until you pass it. So when you pass it, it cancels the rebill, and you actually have the funded. Now, if you have to activate it, then obviously you pay that. Once you pay that activation account and get the funded account, the rebilling is canceled, and then now do the no activation fees. So as soon as you activate that funded account, the rebill is canceled. Then you get the funded account. If you blow the funded account, you're pretty much back at zero. Now with the new stuff, you can reset your funded account, but I don't really recommend that. That's the whole point of my community is to help people build structure and pass their combines fast, so that if you do blow the funded account, getting funded is the last thing you worry about, which it should be every time. Build the skill. I think they're separate. At the end of the day, that's all trading again. But if you build structure, rules, game plan, and get comfortable knowing you can pass, build that skill. That's what the whole, I guess, North Star of my community, helping traders get funded fast. Because if you can get funded fast, then actually build a skill. Knowing you can get funded every time, not every time, getting funded consistently more times than not. And from there, you just gotta take your time and get funded or get payouts. Then you don't have to worry about, cause like for me, I would never reset an account. There's no point in me dropping $500 to reset an account when I know I could pay $90 with a no activation fee, and if I don't pass it that time, I'll more than likely pass it the next time. Or I had something where I think last Friday I got funded, and then either tomorrow or this Friday coming up I'll get funded again. So like that's why I say it's important to kind of build the skill and structure around passing fast, and then it's the same thing. It's just building structure and not gambling, over trading, or being impatient to getting the payouts. I'm at the beginning of my combine. I just got my account this week. Nice. I've been trading for a little while now with my own bankroll, but I wanted to see how Topstep work. Yeah, try it out. Let me know what you think. If you like it, again, if you want assistance in building the structure skills, kind of speed things up. Two things, you can either keep checking out my YouTube videos. I have the how-to video, how to pass your Topstep combine in 2 days and 2 trades, or how to pass your 50K combine. And I also have the how I video, how I did it, breaking down how I did it. And then I think the last like 4 or 5 videos or how I was able to do so. And then again, it was what again, I'll show you. So I have a funded account now, which that's what this is. You can see at the numbers amount. I'm not trading that. I'll lock it out so I don't accidentally trade on it. Not trading that till January 5th. Let's see, let me. Oh, why is it not moving? There we go. Okay. So we got my funded account here, titled LSE, meaning liquidity solves everything. Then I got my combine here, which, looking at the numbers, one of those, proof is in the pudding, preach what I talk about. Now, I would have passed this in 2 days and 2 trades. However, I got cooked by fees on Monday, and the trade hit for it. My TP was $1,500, but it took me out for like $1,300. But today, I lowered my risk, hit for $1,520, I think was the exact amount. And then that's why I'm $100 off. But again, just having the structure and rules built around how I trade to give me that ability. Appreciate like you showing real game every day. God bless ones like you tenfold. No, I appreciate it, and no problem. No problem. And good luck. Good luck on your combine. Let me know how you do. If I'm live or comment on one of my videos or whatnot, what you think. What you think about them, how you feel, and keep trying. If this is your, I think you said, let me see, trading for a little while now. Okay, I don't know. This is your first combine, or you're just kind of getting in the groove of trading them. keep trying. Don't do it once and it's not mess with it. And then there's also more out there, depending on how people trade. There's a couple firms I recommend. Well, really one other. If you're a high risk, high reward type of person, like I trade mine, be able to pass my combines 2 trades in 2 days. High risk. I'm more of a Topstep trader. That gives me the ability to do that. If you're more take your time with it, small increments, small chunks, $300, $400 days. I feel like take profit trader would be the way for you. Because then you just take your time with it. And you know that once you take your time, you'll be chilling. But even the high risk, high reward, because I trade take profit trader and I do high risk, high reward. Again, I got a video on that, but I'll go over it real quick. You have to have 5 days minimum to actually get funded. But the way I trade mine, I trade 2. So on the 25K account is $1,500 for the profit target. Day 1 I hit 750. Day 2 I hit 750. And then again, you need 5 days minimum of actual trading days, and then it's just 3 days of $1 trades. I legit put my take profit or stop loss at $1. Get in at 1 micro. Gets me in, gets me out. Call it a day. For 3 days and then fund it on that 6th day. And this is where it goes back to if you're a take your time type of person. Increments, because they have the unrealized trailing drawdown until you get there. No, yeah, okay. So go with the so watch my how to pass your 50K combine. I believe it's the video. How to pass the 50K tops. Yes, make sure it's the how to one, and then I'll break down the math in that. Put it towards your strategy. Build the structure around for your strategy, and then break down the math, build the game plan, build the structure. And then let me know what you think. I got my first 50K funded today. Congrats. Nice. Now whatever you did to get that funded, don't switch it up. Don't switch it up. Unless, I don't know, unless you trade like me. Again, I passed my combines and with a high risk, high reward fashion, which is not really sustainable once you're in a funded account. But I'm trying to gamify it or build structure around it. Which again, that's something for the VIP at the moment until I get consistent with it. Been trading for like 3 months, but all of a sudden, nah, bro. Don't trade it then. Take tomorrow the market's open. Thursday the market's not open. Friday the market's open. There's nothing wrong with calling the week, taking your time. Take the week off. You got, step 1 is getting funded. You got that. That's another thing. I'll talk about this. Over trading, and not just over trading at the sake of you're taking 5 trades on an account, but over trading as in if you hit your goal for the week, call it a week. So there'd be some times where my goal for the week was just to get funded. Boom, I got funded on a Monday, Tuesday. Called the rest of the week. Next week come, okay, my goal is to I used to see how I used to do it. So if Monday and Tuesday were green, I would take Wednesday off. That allows my brain to reset, recalibrate, take my time, take a deep breath, a day earned, and then I could either trade Thursday and Friday, or I could take the rest of the week off because I won Monday, Tuesday. But if you have 2-3 big days out of the week, especially if you have go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if you're not really locked in, you'll be scared to trade on Thursday and Friday. You'll be scared to give away profits. So why not just give yourself the days off? Come back the next beginning of the week and do your thing. But no, yeah, for sure, congrats. Don't be nervous. You got the hardest part of the way. Hardest part out of the way. And that is proving to yourself that you have the skill. And what you already proved it to yourself you can do it. And then it's always that first combine. That's why I also like my community. And one thing I'll try to drive into my community, and it's been proven once again. I knew it was one thing with me, and then other people, and then it's just a reoccurring thing. But once you can pass that first combine, that's all it takes. Because then all the limiting beliefs and all the stress of could you actually do it is now gone. It's like once you do it once, it wasn't as hard or as big of a task as it was before actually doing it. Yeah, don't be nervous. Same thing. If you took your time to get your funded, take your time to get your payout. That's the major thing to think about. Because now you don't have to worry about monthly fees. If you're funded, you don't have to worry about the activation fee anymore. It's your account, If you wanted to trade $1 every day for the 200 trading days of the year, you can do that and not have to worry about, paying an extra dollar for it or whatnot. So the hardest part and all the stress really is out of the way. So take your time. Collect your green days. If you have a red day, be okay with the red day. Know when to stop. Just double down on your patience and your rules of what got you there in the first spot. You'll pull the payout. Just don't stress about it. It's the last thing you want to do. Now, if you've been here from the beginning, you probably noticed something. I didn't rush my trades. I didn't force anything. And in some moments, I did absolutely nothing. Like, I've been here talking to you guys, and that's on purpose. That's not luck. That's the one thing I've been preaching about this whole time. That's structure. That's the part most traders are missing nowadays. Not knowledge, because you can get on YouTube here and download a bunch of knowledge, but structure. Structure. Because trading isn't hard when the market is clean. It's hard when you're tired, emotional, or close to a goal. But that's when people start breaking their own rules, and doing this alone makes that 10 times harder. I've been there. I went through the trenches. But again, that's why I built my community, Max Trading Family, MTF. Not to trade for you. Not really my job, but to just give you signals. Or not to just give you signals, but to give you guidance, help you build structure, help you build a game plan, and to build community. Sometimes that's all you need. What's the saying? You're the sum of the 5 people you hang around. If you join the community and be surrounded by 5 people who are on their way to getting funded, or 5 winners. I've seen it. I think it was at the time when I first traded 4 people. I ended up getting funded. Someone that same week ended up getting funded. And then the 2 last people who seemed like they're just joined and was on a slow pace, they finally understood it now, and they become the next funded traders. So if you're surrounded by winners, you'll be the next winner. But to give traders an environment where patience, risk management, and discipline are the standard, not the exception. And inside the community, you'll see the same process every single day, the same expectations, the same focus on doing less, but doing it right. So if you're tired of starting over, tired of blowing progress, tired of second guessing yourself, you don't need another strategy. You just need structure. If you want that, you can check out the first link in the description. Remember to take your time, but understand this. Nothing changes unless you change the environment you're traded in. Again, I mentioned earlier in the live, I keep the community limited so I can actually support and give guidance to the people inside. If it feels aligned with you, you can go ahead and join. If not, take what you learned tonight and apply it tomorrow. Either way, trade slower, protect your capital, and stop forcing trades. With that being said, I'll stay on for a little bit longer, answer questions if you have any, and see if there are any last minute trades here in the market, which kind of moving. Break it to the sell side. Broke a floor here. So this is where I would switch my bias, because now we had equal lows, higher high, higher low. We failed to break this high. Broke this. So now I would say this is now a lower low. So we broke this low. This is a lower low. So step 1, new higher, lower low. Got the new lower low. Step 2, wait for the pullback to the 13 EMA. And the wick rejection off the 13 EMA. So I would trade that on the 1 minute, but I'm looking at the 5 minute on my left hand side, and it looks like we are throwing my setup off on the 5 minute. So we got a new higher high because we've been going up this whole time. If you're looking at the 5 minute on gold, it has a 13 EMA up. It's pulled back to it. And it's rejecting off that 13 EMA. So we'll see if it disrespects it on the 5 minute. It respects it on the 1 minute, which would be fire. So I'll give it a little bit to see if I can catch this trade. Won't force anything. Again, structure and discipline. Another thing, I'm perfectly fine with calling it a night because I'm green. I don't need to hit goals or impress. Perfectly fine with taking my profits, no matter how big or small. We respected the 5 minute. I don't think we'll continue to push up. That'd be need a big push up. Just reading market here. How I'm reading market here is had a pretty substantial melt the sell side. But we've been shooting up all day. So this is either a clean pullback to continue up. Maybe we get keep watching my candles. I'll keep watching my candles on the 5 and the 1 minute. Again, I'm on gold. Let's go off of that. So we get a pullback to the, or keep melting. I wouldn't be too mad if it keeps melting. Show some not proof, but show some seller confidence, I'd say. That'd be fire. What time frames do you typically read your charts on? What TF do you typically use for conviction on entrance? So my strategy, gold flow 13, because I only like to trade gold, or GF13, gold flow 13. I only like to trade gold. The flow of the market, meaning momentum in the market, validity in the market, the market's moving, and then 13 EMA. So step 1 would be no new higher high or lower low. Just looking at it on the 5 minute, I got a new higher high. So the time frames I trade, the 1 minute, I usually only trade on for the most part, the 1 minute. Only look for setups on the 1 minute, but I also watch the 5 minute. Because when I first started trading, I was a 5 minute trader, so I just like it because I'm used to reading it. That's where I have a lot of experience. Reading the charts and reading the candles, so why not keep it as confluence? It saved me sometimes. But mainly the 1 minute, you can work solely on the 1 minute. The 1 minute's too quick. You can go to the 5 minute. You really only need one time frame. One time frame to read there. And then so step 2 is a pullback to the 13 EMA, wick rejection off the 13 EMA. And then step 3, my entry, I go off a break of candle. So again, that goes back to flow, the flow part of the strategy. I look for continuation in the markets. And the strategy is, for the most part, I'm looking for higher highs and lower lows. That's the easiest way to explain it. If I'm looking for buys, we get a higher high or higher low. The higher low is my pullback to my 13 EMA. I need confirmation that we're going to create a new higher high, and that's where I get my break of candle for entry. And break a candle is once the candle closes, depending on which trend direct or what's the trade direction, I wait for. So if I'm in sell, let me zoom in, I'll show you. If I'm in a sell, we'll say this is set up. I'm gonna practice the account. I don't care about losing the trade, but I wanted to see if the trade would actually play out. Cause we're kind of close. Cause we got a new lower low. Obviously broke these lows here. Price pushed down. Step 2, a pullback to the 13 EMA. So we're starting to pull back now, but I'm very strict. I actually want the EMAs to tap my 13 EMA, but for the sake of just helping out and showing you how I'd enter. So say this actually tap my 13 EMA and sort of the wick rejection off. I enter at break a candle. So boom, we tapped the EMA. We're starting to push down. I would enter, since I'm in sales, it would be the bottom of the candle. Subset 1. Let's see this setup. And then if it's in buys, if I'm looking for buys, break of candle would be the top of the candle. So that's where I look for my entries. So the breakouts are the higher highs and lower low. That's kind of, in a way, yes. That's what, to me that sort of makes sense. But if that makes sense for you, then yes. So the breakouts are the higher. So yeah. I see what you mean. The higher high. No, it'd be the breakouts of the higher lows and the lower highs. So hold on. Higher high, higher. Okay, so higher high. I wait for a pullback, which would be a higher low. So I'm waiting for a breakout of the higher low. A breaking, and that for me, that's break a candle. And then stop loss will be above wick. And just for the sake of this, waiting for the new low. See if we can get it real quick. So you see this breakout of the higher low. If I'm in buys, this is buy low, sell high. That's all it is. So if I'm higher high, I wait for a pullback, higher low. I'm buying low for it to continue back up. And the same for sales. It'd be the lower highs. No, lower low. Let me see. I got a lower low, lower high. Okay, so the lower high. Lower low, lower high. And that's sell the breakout of the lower high. Selling high. To continue. Yeah, selling high to continue for it to continue down. Just tap the 1-to-1. Just because I'm going to break even. Because we're rejecting for now. So yeah, breakouts of what I say. Breakouts of higher lows and lower highs. I guess would be the nice way to sum up the strat. Nah, come on, dude. Just like that, okay. So just what you said. So we created a new lower low, created a lower high, and then as soon as it broke out of that lower high, it's continuation. So proof of continuation on the pullback. Proof of continuation on the pullback. Yep. And then again but I just have strict rules around it. I just have structure built around it. So for buys, in a buy scenario, again, this is somewhat a loose example of my strategy. Price created a higher high, created a higher low, then I'm breaking for a breakout of the higher low. See, yeah, I can see you. I can see that. And as you see, it has some nice. If again goes back to that flow, gold flow. The market is flowing quite nicely. Clean price action. Nice volume in the market. As you see, it is pretty clean. That's why I like the 1 minute, because the 1 minute things start to get choppier as you hit the higher time frame or slower. But the 1 minute you can usually see a pretty clean trend. And the market's pushing hard one way. This is a good example, because if you looked at the 5 minute, let's see if I can pull over here. If you look at the 5 minute, this is the 5 minute. Yeah, you know it's going down, but like depending on what you trade, you don't really see a clean entry there. But on the 1 minute, as I just showed you, we created a new lower low, lower high, and like you said, a breakout of the lower high to the downside. And for me, for my strict rules, I like the actual tap wick rejection off the 13 EMA is what I use. And then once I get that, on my pullback, wait for a break of candle for entry, and boom. So you just kind of looked at it and put it in different words and taught me something, but my own strategy. It's breakouts of higher lows and lower highs. It's a pretty cool way to think about it. I guess I could trend trading, breakout trader. I guess you could say I'm a breakout trader. EMA trader, breakout trader. I guess I'm a trend breakout EMA trader. Nice little stack there. Nice little stack. But again, if you're trading, let me check out the poll. 16 votes. Got 31% that made money, 25% that lost. A couple small percent, maybe one trader break even. Nice. And then 38 still who said they didn't trade. Okay. Nice rounded group here tonight. But again, if you're interested in more building the structure, again, it's come as you are. You're interested in my strategy, I have videos, loads of videos on my YouTube. Drop a comment in the video after you watch it. I'll answer the questions. I'm not really one to gatekeep that much. Some of it I do gotta gatekeep a little bit, but it's a little bit. Not even. You can most. There's traders. I have a testimony of this girl in my community who watched a couple of my videos, asked me questions, and then she became funded, which is fire. So I give you the gems are there. But even with the community, the structure more hands on. You can check out the community there. But with that being said, my fellow traders, that's a wrap up for tonight's session. Whether you took a setup or sat on your hands, you showed up, and that's important. And that's what matters, because every rep counts. Every observation builds discipline, especially the mental ones. If you got any value from tonight's stream or today's stream, depending on where you are in the world, hit that like button, please, and subscribe so you don't miss the next live. There will be no more lives this week because tomorrow, markets close, Thursday, maybe Thursday. I think, yeah. See. If I'm available, maybe I'll pop through on Thursday. Hopefully with a new funded account. We'll see how we'll do that. Again, if you want to take things further, trade live with me and the crew, get weekly breakdowns, and follow the exact process I use to pass my Topstep combines fast. The first link in the description, you can check that out. To join Max Trading Family. This is where structure, accountability, and consistency happens. Remember, as we continue this week, to protect your capital, stay patient. Remember, let the market pay you for waiting. Take your time. This is the one sport skill where the more you have patience and be able to wait, the more you can get paid. And that's the difference between a random trade and a funded account and payouts. Again, I appreciate every single one of you for being here tonight. Good luck. Happy New Year. Won't be on until next year. I'll see you in the next live. Then, remember to trade smart, stay disciplined, and keep stacking good decisions. Again, God bless and Happy New Year. Stay safe. If you're somewhere like where I live, stay warm. Stay out of trouble.